You might be saying to yourself, what's up, Bob? What the heck are you riding? This is my 2012 Harley Davidson. Yes, Harley Davidson. It's not Harley Davidson, it's Harley Davidson V-Rod. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and talk about this bike. We're going to show you some of the features. Roll that intro. Maybe asking yourself, what's up with that name, Bob? Was the bike made in China? No. Did you flunk third grade spelling and just can't spell China? No. I was trying to come up with a name that was fitting for the bike. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. The Fly Frittata and Chopperfett were talking with me, throwing out some names. They said, hey, how about that WWE wrestler from years ago, the female wrestler Chyna? She was muscular, quick, didn't look like anything else you'd ever seen, and easy on the eye. And I thought, you know what? This bike is quick. It's muscular, especially when you look at the frame, the external frame on it. And it's very easy on the eyes. So I thought, that sounds like a good name for it. Let's go with that. So you may be asking yourself, what the heck is Bob on? This is a Harley Davidson, yes. The 2012 anniversary model V-Rod. And the anniversary is the 10th anniversary of the V-Rods when they came out in 2002. So old Willie G, he wanted something unique, something different. Well, he got that. And it was in production for the better part of 15 years before it went by the wayside because of emission standards. It's a beast of a bike. It's a sport bike. It's a cruiser bike. It's nothing like the Fat Boy, and which is why I like having the two bikes in my garage. One that is nice and big and comfortable, the Fat Boy, and then this one, wow, baby, 125 horsepower of pure adrenaline. 80-odd plus pounds of torque. And we're talking about way up into the range of the band. This thing redlines at 9,000 RPM. I bet your standard Harley V-twin does not do that. Harley came out with a different engine. This one being its first water-cooled that I'm aware of anyway. And the water-cooled was one thing that a lot of the die-hard air-cooled boys. Oh! It's nimble as a sport bike. It accelerates like a dragster, and it is just pure, unadulterated fun to ride. Harley needed an engine, which they went to Porsche. Yeah, Porsche.
Did a Porsche throw up on you? Hey! Let's push up!
Our German folks over there who do air-cooled engines, we had them design a water-cooled engine. Go figure. That makes a lot of sense. But what they did have was a way of designing a bike that could put out all kinds of horsepower and be super reliable. They got to a point where they could put it on an engine stand for 500 hours straight. It was first used in a lot of drag bikes because the 0 to 60 times are unreal. We'll put those down below for you later. So when Willie G was designing this, now he had the engine. He needs a frame to put it in. But the angles that he wanted could not be done. So they had to come up with a new process to hydroform the rails. He made all kinds of little tweaks here and there. To quote Willie G, it looks like it's moving fast when it's sitting still. You go ahead and hit the throttle and the bike just literally jumps from underneath you. So what we're going to do is pull in over here. We're going to take a look around. Going to talk about a few of the things that make it a V-Rod. V-Rod, you know, it's short for something. It's like V-twin hot rod is what it is. So we were talking about the frame being hydroformed. You can see all these cool curves on it. They could not actually do those kind of bends in their regular bending jig for a normal frame. So they actually put it in a jig that put it under high pressure, water pressure, and then did the bends. It's V-twin. It's a different angle. This is a 60 degree versus 45 degree on your standard Harleys. It's got the slipper clutch, which it takes a little getting used to. The travel on it is only about the last 3/4 of an inch, maybe, something like that. The rake on it is pretty unique. I don't know if you can see it from this angle or not, but the rake on it is 34 degrees. That's setting that front tire out quite a ways from a normal Harley. The rear tire is one of the things that I like on it. Look at the size of that guy. Oh my gosh. You could just fall in love with something like that. It's a 240 by 40 by 18 Michelin Scorcher. It's got Brembo brakes, triple Brembos. So you got the one in the back, and we got the two on the front side here. Guys, you need to be able to slow this bike down when it gets moving. There's your gas tank. Woohoo! Yep. So this is actually a 5-gallon tank that I'm sitting on while I'm riding this thing. The early models had a 3.7-gallon tank. And I found out a trick for those of you that have ever not put gas in it or put gas in the first time. When you put gas in a Harley at the gas station, you pull up, the pump's going to be over here on this side of you, because that way you can take the nozzle out, get really close to the bike, put her right down in there, okay? If you think about it, if you were over here on this side and I want to lean over to put the gas in, look what I'm going to burn. I am going to burn the hair right off my legs if I had any. So anyway, that's where the gas goes. Under here then is actually a massive air cleaner. The air cleaner is about the size of what you'd see on a car. The seat is super comfortable. And you notice that it's got the deep dip to it. And that's because when you're accelerating with this thing down the road, you need something to keep you from flying off the bike. Here's the big radiator on the front. So it's got the air coming in the sides, and it's got 2 fans. So if you're in parade mode, which this thing is, it would hate parade mode, it's got 2 fans that kick on. Haven't really done anything to it since I bought it, other than put the original exhaust back on it. And you say, well, that sucks. Why'd you do that? Well, because the previous owner had drilled out and took all the baffling out of these big cans. And when he did that, it made it straight pipes, unbearably loud, even with earplugs in. I could not really ride it and enjoy it. And the neighbors hated me, which they still hate me even since I put these new ones on. And so when you look here, hope you can see what I had done. Stay out of the shadow here. So that's your stock mufflers, and I went ahead and drilled some holes to give it a little bit of sound. Again, the bike, the reason these exhausts are so huge on this bike is because of emission standards. So really the only mod that I have done to this bike since I've had it is I did the little red rim stripes, and I really kind of like the look. I don't know if you do or not. I do. This is a VRSCDX, and the VRSCDX night rod version of this is all blacked out, right? And it would have the red stripes around the wheels. So I took it upon myself to put them on there myself. On this one, just the old decals off of eBay for like 10 bucks. And I think it really turned out pretty good. It gives just a little bit of color instead of all the silver, chrome, and black. So that's the V-Rod. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Are you diehard Harley that says that's a German piece of crap? I wouldn't have that in my garage. All right, I'll give you that. But I also would ask you, find a friend, find somebody that's got one of these that'll let you take it for a ride and see if that won't change your mind. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave below, good or bad. I'd like to know whether you've got one right now. If you know anybody that's got one, what they think about it. While you're down there, go ahead, hit that subscribe button and the little ringy-dingy bell right next to it if you want to be notified. That's what it does. It lets you know when all this great content's coming back out your way. So until next time, this is What's Up Bob saying, I'll be back.